In this video, we discuss about other components of MS Access. In previous video, we already discussed some part of MS Access. As we know that MS Access is a database management system which was launched by Microsoft. It's a part of Microsoft Office suite and store data in its own format. In previous video, we already discussed about how to create table in MS Access and the utility of Access. In this video, we learn about data type, validation, forms, and queries. Okay. Data types. MS Access provides several data types like short text, number, date and time, currency, auto number, yes or oblique no, OLE objects, hyperlink, attachment, calculate, and lookup wizard. So let's understand one by one what is it. Suppose that when you create a field in which you need to put a data. Suppose that's name, string data, text data. In that case, you use text. Suppose that if you create a field of student name, then we need to put the name of the student. So what obvious is that the user will put character. So all characters, suppose A to Z, they are called as a text, or sometime we called as string. Okay, so here the user only put text data, right? Another case is that number. Suppose that if we create a mobile number field, in that case the user has to put only number. The number should be from 0 to 9. It's a range. So the data type should be number. Date and time used when the user wants to put the data in the format of date time. Suppose that DOB, date of birth, is concerned with date time format. Okay. Or another example is that in or out time. So the data should be concerned with date or oblique time. Okay. And another data type is currency. Currency is used when you want to get the data in the form of currency. Suppose that fee deposit. So fee deposit obviously feed as in the forms of currency. Auto number used when the number counter should be automatically upgraded. 1 2 3 4 5 there. Okay. And yes and no is the data type when you use optional button. Okay. Suppose if you create a label that is concerned with gender, means the user is male or female, or can say that suppose a database is stored concerned with a store type entry or in or out entry. So the condition is yes or no, in or out. Okay, male or female. And in such type of data, we use yes or no data type. OLE object use when you create when you attach some photographs. Suppose that you can create an admission file and you want to take a picture of the concerned student. In that case, you use OLE object linking embedding. And hyperlink, as we know that hyperlink use when we require to switch on another page. Attachment is used when we require to attach some file or some memo like data. It's an attachment. Okay, calculate when we require to calculate some calculation. In that case, lookup wizard is concerned with suppose when you want to create a list. Okay, suppose that subject selection or choice of center, such type of data is concerned with. In that case, we use lookup wizard. Okay, lookup wizard simply means we can say that we use we need a create a list when a user want to see multiple options in the forms of list. In that case, lookup wizard will very helpful. Okay, suppose the image is concerned with is an also an example of list. Here we see multiple data types. Okay, and we select some specified data. Okay, so there are some specific type of data which we use when we create fields. Okay, let's understand about design view. What is design view? When you create a field, at that time you need to go on design view. In design view, different data types apply on different fields. Thus we can say that data depends on nature of field. For example, if you create as name means a student name field, then the data type should be text. On the other hand, mobile number field should be concerned with number data type. Okay, for more understand, you may see the figure. Another example is lookup wizard. Lookup wizard means when you create a multiple option list. In that case, we select lookup wizard data type. The user select one option through the concerned list. In this figure, we create different subject list like English, math, science, SST. Okay, so the user will select one option through the multiple list option, right? Validation rule. What is validation rule? A validation rule is one way to restrict input in a table field or a control on a form. Validation rules prevent bad data being saved in your table. It acts as a gatekeeper, means whatever the information comes in the defined criteria. First, we understand what is validation rule and what is validation text. Validation rule, the column is concerned with apply validation rule. Here in this column, we put the validation criteria. Okay, so the field accept data according to defined validation rule. And the next, validation text. Validation text means to inform user what kind of value insert in the concerned text box. When the user will put the information beyond the criteria, in that case a dialog box as shown in the figure will appear on the screen. So the user may understand what type of data he and she should feed in the concerned field. Okay, so this is the difference between validation rule and validation text. Fine. There are two examples of validation rule. First example is concerned with yes or no. It is concerned with when we provide radio button. For example, such validation rule apply when the nature of data is either yes oblique no. Only one value will select in case of gender field. Either the value will male or female. Second case, validation rule when nature of data is either number. Only 10-digit number will accept. Suppose that a user want to feed his or her mobile number, so value should be only in number. And another restriction is that it should be 10 digit. neither it is 9 digit or 11 digit. It is exactly feed in 10 digit. Okay. Component of MS Access is form. So let's understand about forms. What is forms and what is the utility of forms in MS Access? Okay. Forms in Access are like display cases in store that make it easier to view or get the item that you want. Since forms are objects through which you or other users can edit, display the data stored in your Access desktop database. The design of your form is an important aspect. If your Access desktop database is going to be used by multiple users, well-designed form is essential for efficiency and data entry accuracy. Okay, the figure is reflect that the how the form is created and how the user will see the final form of the form, right? Component of MS Access is query. So let's understand what is query. Displaying just the relevant data based on criteria and conditions. Save the result to view or edit at another time. So let's understand about the query criteria of the query. Okay, so here are some example of different query criteria: equal to, other than, greater than, equal to, and less than, equal to, and not equal to. So there are some parameters which we define when we use query. Okay, on the basis of these criteria, the filtered result will come out. Fine. Figure, we understand about how the data is filtered. Okay, so through these checkbox as shown in this figure, we check out the criteria of the query. On the basis of these filter and these selected field, the filtered data will come out and we can save the query as we required. This is the all about MS Access from my side. Thanks for watching the video.